Stay tuned and let's take a look at this Marvel Legends Strong Guy Build-A-Figure wave, Black Tom Cassidy. Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. Today we're continuing our Marvel Legends Strong Guy Build-A-Figure wave reviews, and in front of me today we have Black Tom Cassidy, a mutant. He's a villain, but he's related to Banshee. He's best mates with Juggernaut. He can control like plant life to a certain extent. He is a very crazy character that seems to be getting stronger as the years go on within comics. And it's the first time we're getting him in figure form at the 6-inch scale, which I really appreciate, adding new characters to that display. So in the box, we get his little wooden staff, which he needs obviously to blast you with his effects. We're getting a Build-A-Figure piece for the strong guy. On the side, we're getting that nice graphic art. On the back, we're getting a promo image, a little write-up that reads, "A nefarious criminal with the power of concussive blasts and plant morphology, Black Tom is a true threat." And then, as always, you get a list of all the figures in this wave you need to build the Strong Guy Build-A-Figure. Today we're reviewing Black Tom Cassidy. And if you've seen Deadpool 2, you would have seen this guy get a little mention, but he didn't really get shown justice. He is a bit more of a main player in the comics than Deadpool sort of give him credit to. But yes, let's open him up. So here we have Black Tom Cassidy out the box, and yes, I admit it's a dodgy name for a white guy that can control power when he's holding wood. Very weird trying to explain that to a friend. But here we have all of the accessories that come with him, which is basically just the Build-A-Figure piece for the strong guy. Nothing exciting, I just think it's the back piece. So you know what to do, subscribe to the channel, come back, find the playlist, as once I've went through all the figures in this wave, I will of course be reviewing the strong guy Build-A-Figure. Looking forward to that. Today, right now, is about Black Tom Cassidy. And as I said, I always like adding new characters to my display, and I didn't have a Black Tom Cassidy. I've seen a few people use his head for like a Craven and stuff, but I do think it works very nicely for Black Tom. It has that sort of nefarious villain look. Anyone with that type of facial hair is definitely French or a villain, let's be honest. But I like the blacks, I like the reds, and then he comes, of course, with his little wooden staff, which he can control sort of blasts with. As long as he's holding on to wood, I think he can control or blast you or something like that. As the back of the box said, like plant morphology. At one point, Black Tom turned into like a tree, like Groot. But as I said, he's getting stronger as the comics go on. He's learning to control his powers and that plant life sort of. So if he's around living things, if you attack Tom in the woods, you're probably going to lose. But yes, I think it looks like a bat on the front, doesn't it? But I like just the simple black and red. Definitely looks like a villain just looking at him. So let's zoom in and take a closer look. So here's our closer look at Tom, and as I said, that facial hair is definitely the facial hair of a villain, isn't it? But it's a decent face sculpt, to be fair. It's a new face sculpt, definitely not seen that before. I like the big black collar, definitely sort of screams sort of evil, sort of wizard. There is the logo on the front, and I do think it has new elements to it, but again, someone in the comments can let me know. I hate playing that guessing game. Have we seen this mold before? I can't think off the top of my head, but maybe we have seen this on a previous figure. But there is decent range on it, to be fair. Well, okay range, I guess, but the pattern does go back when you crunch him, and this bout here, this red and black bout, is a separate piece that you can manipulate and slide up and down. But yeah, decent enough. On the back, nothing on the back, all just black. And as you can see him holding, so I may as well hold that up and see if I can focus on. It's like a skull on this wooden staff. And the wooden staff actually has like those little knobs on it, which sounds a little bit wrong, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like little nodules, I think that's a word. To sort of show it's a stick. It's just a wooden stick. It's not like some sort of crazy metal staff. It's a wooden stick, but my camera won't focus very well. So back to Tom. Moving down to his legs, he's wearing these big boots, and I think there is a boot. Yeah, there is a boot swivel hidden under there as well, which I like. So yeah, quite a simple character design, but definitely works for the character, definitely spot on for the character. If you've seen any comic panels of Black Tom, is usually wearing something like this, just sort of a black jumpsuit with the elements of red, and obviously he's always holding that wooden staff, as without it, he's not very useful. He needs some sort of plant life around him, I believe. But yeah, that bout's a bit wiggly. But yeah, Black Tom, Juggernaut's best mate, looking good. Now, since this could be a new body type, again, I can't remember off the top of my head. Let's just go for the articulation anyway. So, double jointed knees is not bad at all, but he's got those big boots on. There is a boot swivel hidden behind the boots, which I like, and a decent ankle pivot. And there's a bit of a rotation on the thigh, and the legs go out pretty well as well. And he can kick forward quite a bit. He can do the big boot and back just a little bit. And there's a waist swivel as well hidden under the belt, which I always like when they can hide that. Double jointed elbows. There's a hinge on the wrist as always. There's a swivel at the bicep, and then the shoulders are decent and go all the way up. Spin all the way around, all that good stuff. Neck, you can bury his chin, but his goatee gets in the way, and he can look up as well. The collar doesn't really hinder that, which I like. And then the waist can go back decent and forward okay. So yeah, not bad articulation at all for Black Tom. Moving straight into some comparisons, here we have Black Tom Cassidy compared to his BFF, his bestest friend. It is, of course, Juggernaut. And these two look great together for display. I think this is the 2-pack version of Juggernaut rather than the Build-A-Figure. And even though these are best friends, they have backstabbed each other in the comics plenty of times. So they are still villains at heart. Here we have Black Tom compared to 2 other figures I've reviewed in this wave so far with Warpath and Sunspot. And at this point, I would compare him to Banshee, as he is related to Banshee, but I'm still waiting for Hasbro to give us a new Banshee figure. So Hasbro, whenever you're ready, thank you. And then lastly, here we have Black Tom compared to the 2 other Deadpool figures I've reviewed in this wave so far. It is, of course, Pirate Deadpool, and then blue and yellow X-Men Deadpool. And who's this? Hank, get out of here! So, final thoughts, this is a very nice Black Tom Cassidy figure. Will be a nice addition to your X-Men displays, definitely the villain section, and I always appreciate adding new characters to the shelf as well, and I haven't got a Black Tom yet, so I like that. So as I whiz through these reviews, I am forgetting to mention a few things. The 2 hands he comes with are a trigger finger and a grippy hand, so he can hold that staff in either hand, or you could get him holding a gun. And if I had more time, I would sort of throw some random effect pieces and wrap them around his hands, or wrap them around the staff, as I think that would be some good display options. And I have seen a few people online actually replace one of his arms with a Groot arm to sort of demonstrate his sort of plant sort of effects. So there are more options with Black Tom Cassidy. Again, go and do some reading in the comics and find some panels that you like the look of. But this guy can be a fun figure to display. So as I said, if you do have ideas, then let me know in the comments below. Always curious to hear your thoughts and what do you think of Black Tom Cassidy. And if you want to see the rest of the figures in this wave, then you know what to do. Check out the videos tab, find the playlists. But most importantly, please help the channel grow and hit that subscribe button. If you are in a position to support the channel, you can on Patreon. Thank you very much. Links in the description below. But until then, people, my name is Dan W, and I will, of course, see you on the next one.